go to breakfast. Shayo. You go bow for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, cause I did win by default and without any doubt, though. I'm a me happy adult, though. I no go feed the girl, I no go feed the girl is out, though. I'm a mind that's you the talk, oh. I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love, oh. I know holy, and I know that get both. Like the Baba Frayo, my ayo, don't cry, yo.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to Cool Conversations. I'm Jay Century, and you rocking with the HBCU Creative Cohort. Our special guest today is Princess Mbanuzue.
Okay. You got the name right? Okay, I'm proud of you.
All right. This is Jalen Foreman. I'm repping Clark Atlanta University.
Deasia Mears, Clark Atlanta University.
Nate Loomis from Morris Brown.
Tamara Temple from Morris Brown College.
Cheyenne Taylor from Clark Atlanta University.
And I am Chrissy, a graduating senior from Clark Atlanta University.
Wonderful. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
So, Princess, first question on our board today. Can you tell us what is the role of a producer and how did you become one?
That's a lot. A producer, a lot of people don't know what a producer is, but a producer basically is an all-encompassing job. Like, we do literally everything. So a lot of people give props to the director, but without the producer, nothing happens, right? So if you look at it like let's say if we look at it like a body part, the director is the head, but the producer is the neck. So it does not move without us. We hire staff, we find locations, we secure cars, we do budgets. We literally break down anything that the treatment or the creative or the script entails. We're the people that would hire those team members and those key players to execute what we need. And then we basically do anything with, I would say we manage people, money, and time. So that's what producers do. As far as getting into it, my story is kind of different. I went from being in front of the camera to being behind the camera, and it was really with a lot of just networking and asking people and talking to people and helping people. When I first started producing, I didn't know what a producer was. I thought I was really helping someone. I had a friend that just got signed to Flow Rider at the time, and first video, they don't really give you that much money, so you kind of got to use your resources. So she tapped in on me, and she was like, hey, do you have someone that has a horse? Yeah, sure. I don't know why I had someone that had a horse, but I did. I was like, we go to North Georgia, get somebody. She was like, do you have anybody who has like a condo that has like windows all around? I was like, yeah, my homeboy got one. Cool, we'll go over there. Dancers. Yeah, I actually danced for 10 years professionally. I can book any dancer you want me to. And the director came on set and was like, yo, who got this? Who got this? And they kept on saying, Princess, Princess. He was like, who the fuck is Princess? And they were like, her. So he came up to me. He was like, what do you do? And I was like, none. I'm just helping my homegirl put everything together, I got her budget together. I booked some talent, got her some locations, got her, everything that she needed, because she told me she needed help. And he was like, nah, you're a producer. And from that day forth, I went home. I researched what a producer was, the different types of producers, because there's several. And I just started calling myself a producer and owning that shit. And everybody else started calling me one, too. Yeah.
That's lit. Yeah, because I didn't know that. So you just put me on game.
Yeah.
Okay. So next question is, how did you figure out your purpose?
That's a really good question. I think every day I'm continuing to unfold what my purpose truly is. But I know that what God put in my heart was to help people. And if that's in the realm of entertainment and that's fine. Like I've always been a connector. I've always been Mama P. Everybody call me Mama P. So like I've just naturally been someone who wanted to make sure the other person won. And so a part of my purpose is helping, giving back, and being impactful. And that's just what God has put on my heart. Even when I was dancing, I was the person that had a dance bag in the trunk, and it wasn't for me. It was for every other girl that was there. I was doing, I was blow drying people's hair in the bathroom before they went in for their final audition, because I'm like, yo, your wig done sweated out. Let me, fix it up for you guys. Oh, you need some heels, because they said we need heels and tap shoes and some sneakers. I got some extra heels in my car. What size do you wear, So for me, it's just like always been in my heart to just give back and help. And also my transition out of dance into my first company, which was Beyond the Steps, which is an entertainment consulting company. It was really God telling me to sit down. Like, I did not want to. I was actually like on the peak of my career. I was on 4 tours. Like, I was with T-Pain, about to go on with Nelly. I was with August Alsina and Tamar. And thanks. But Tamar and August Alsina both got sick, and so it came to a little halt. T-Pain, we were just wrapping up, and then Nelly, some things happened, and I decided not to go on that tour. And it was like the first moment where I kind of just sat still in my career, and I never sat still. So I just listened to God, and God was like, you need to do something that's going to be impactful to others and help others. What does that look like? And so I started a consulting company where I helped dreamers become doers, because I felt like God blessed me to be able to do and live out one of my dreams, traveling on someone else's dime, seeing the world and doing what I love to do, So why can't I pay that forward? So I just started my consulting company and started trying to figure out, okay, how do I help you turn your passion into a purpose and make a profit? And that's what I was doing. So
I like that, yeah, because sometimes you need that isolation, and to build you up. So when you go out there, you're ready.
Yeah, and you got to be obedient, because I wasn't at first. I did not want to stop dancing. Like, I did not. I was like, yo, what's up? Like, what we doing? Yeah. But once you're obedient and you listen and you sit still and you have that moment of isolation, then he can clearly speak to you and tell you what you're really going to be doing, because Lord knows I did not know I would be doing what I'm doing now, and I absolutely love it. Yeah.
I love that. So I'm a college student that's going to be graduating soon.
Okay.
What do you think is a good starting point after college?
I don't think it's a starting point after. I think it's now. Always taking advantage of, but literally always taking advantage of the moment that you're in now. You being in this room is amazing. You getting to network with like-minded individuals and having these conversations and creating stuff like this is you doing it now. So it doesn't take after college for you to do. But if I just had to give you any more steps, just continue to network with the people that come and sit in this chair, along with continuing to build relationships with the people beside you, because these people right here are the next bosses, the next CEOs, and all of that, Claim it now, like, seriously. Because I think sometimes people forget that part. It's like they just want to get to the seat, to the person that's on top now, and they forget, like, yo, we all could be doing this, and we could be the next Diddy's, we could be the next whatevers, you know what I'm saying? So look to the person beside you and continue to build that and nourish that relationship. And then, the people that are sitting in this, continue to show value to them. I think that's a big thing. A lot of people are like, oh, let me pick your brain. But it's like when I meet someone, I've already researched them, and I'm approaching them in a position of how can I create value in your life? Of course, me creating value is going to put me in those rooms next to you where I can learn. But it's to get in that room, I need to create value for you. So that's what I'm going to do first.
Was there anybody as a child that you looked up to that inspired you to do what you do now?
No. That's sad. The only person I ever I'm not a person that really I don't idolize nobody. I don't really I don't know. I've been on my own for a while. My parents left and moved back to Nigeria when I was very young, so I raised myself. I mean, I had siblings. They were all in college by the time my parents left. But, like, I would say my family, my sisters are amazing, but no one is creative and no one's in the arts. I'm the only one. I'm the rebel, kind of. I'm Nigerian, so we don't do this stuff. It just got cool for us to do like production and entertainment and stuff. But if you weren't a doctor, engineer, or a lawyer, you were just F up. But yeah, so I mean, I used to love Janet Jackson, so I think like that was an opening to see like. I love the way that she moves. I love the way that she handles herself. It's like she could be sexy and nasty, but still classy. And that was like how I wanted to be in life. If when it came to art forms, it was like, yo, I could show everything, but you still gonna respect me, kind of thing. So as far as like that image, I love Janet. And then as a dancer, I just love Janet. But as far as like entrepreneurship, my siblings, my siblings and my parents. Yeah.
Awesome.
If you were in the entertainment realm, like what do you see yourself possibly doing, or who have been doing? If you wasn't like a producer.
If I wasn't a producer,
or like,
if I wasn't in entertainment, I couldn't see myself not in entertainment.
Yeah,
I could not see myself not in entertainment. Because even like as a producer, I came in as a line producer, and a line producer kind of took some of the qualities that I learned in school, because a line producer deals with budgets, right? They deal with logistics as well, but budgets. So like in school, I started off going to school for accounting, so numbers has always been my thing, math has always been my thing. So yeah, I would still need to make that fun. I couldn't be behind a desk. Like I would always be an entrepreneur. I don't know what, but I would be an entrepreneur. Yeah, I would create something.
Shoot, I need some help with my finances, so you know what I'm saying.
So next,
I think you and me kind of relate in that I have a concentration in finance.
Mm-hmm.
And for someone who wanted to be an entrepreneur, I was always told, go the safe route, be more realistic. Mm-hmm. What advice would you have for young girls being told that?
Fuck them. Like, seriously, do what you feel like you're called to do. It's not, honestly, like, I'm very big on, like, my spirituality, my religion, the way that God speaks to me. So, like, I don't listen to people at all. I literally pray on everything. So if he's telling me and he's moving me as far as God, then that's what I'm listening to. Because there's so many people out here that, like, just think about, like, all the people who are dreamers. Like, the NBA has what? How many teams? It's like 30 teams. And each team has maybe 15 people on them. Those are the people that made it. There's artists. There's so many people that y'all probably know that can sing, that can rap or whatever. But there's only 5% of those people that actually make it. So like, why would you limit yourself? Why can't you be a part of that 5%? Why can't you be a part of the people that got picked, that were chosen? Like, you can. Like, I don't know why people think they can't, but the rest of the world limits themselves, and that's why they're the rest of the 95% who just work a 9 to 5.
So I have another question for you. So when did you have that mindset? Because you recently or just said that you came from a family where if you wasn't a doctor or blah, 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 you were nothing. So when did you have to get into that mindset where like...
So the only difference is everyone in my family that is a doctor or a lawyer, they own their own practice. So everyone's an entrepreneur. No one ever clocked in for someone unless it was part of their journey and then they went into entrepreneurship. Even like one of my uncles, when I went into school for accounting, he had developed his own accounting software at the time, and that's why it inspired me to say, okay, well, if I did want to do something, I love numbers, let me go into accounting, and then I can create a software or I can own my own practice. So the influences that I did have, my mom owned several businesses, like a mechanic shop. She did taxes. She sold clothes. We had a restaurant. We had a juice seafood, Queen's Restaurant. We had so many businesses that she just owned and ran and managed. And so I did see that, but they all still had PhDs or were engineers or lawyers, but they own their own practices.
Okay, so we all know, because you made it plain, straight, and simple when you sat down. It's given black girl magic. It's given in your bag. Big CEO.
Thank you.
So, and I love that. I love that, because us black women is nothing like a black woman. So,
Yes.
a business entrepreneur and woman at that. So, my question for you today would be, what do you find most intriguing about being a CEO?
That is a good question. I think the biggest thing for me, like I said, I love to be impactful. That's my word. Like, if I leave this earth, I want people to say she was impactful in my life in some way. So as a CEO, I think the biggest thing for me is being able to hire people and pay people. Like, when I was able to write checks and pay my friends for jobs that they knew how to do, that felt so good to me. Like, I've never felt that good, money coming out of my account. But I felt,
Right.
like, I'm paying you to do something that you actually
Giving
love
back.
to do. You know what I'm saying? So that means that I'm helping you pay your rent. I'm helping you put food in your mouth or your clothes on your kid's back. Like, I'm helping you in some way, Yes, you're doing a service, but at the end of the day, like, I feel like me being able to hire you is like, all right, you got an opportunity that you may not have had. So, especially as a black woman, I'm kind of biased. I mean, most of my crews are 90% black. Like, it just is what it is. I mean, we need to make an opportunity and room for ourselves. So
Right.
it is what
I
it
agree.
is.
I agree.
Y'all can sue me if you need to, whatever. But but I am. That's what it is. Like, I'm going to hire black people. I'm going to have black vendors, if as much as I can. So yeah, I think as a CEO, the biggest thing for me is like being able to give back to my community, provide opportunities, and provide impact.
So, to tie into that, because you just got me riled up.
Okay.
So, another question would be, like, what do you want your legacy to look like? Is that what it will give, like the impactfulness of what you can give back? And
Yeah.
I love that.
Literally, impact and purpose. That's it. Like,
Yes.
whatever I could do to help people. Like I said, my dreamers into doers. Like, whatever I can do to allow you to, whatever you dream of and think of, to actually come to fruition. Like, that's called purpose, And then impact. Whatever I could do to impact your life in a positive way. That's how I live my life. That's what I want my legacy to be. So
I love that. It's given prosperous legacy. So let's give it up for that.
I love it.
So one thing, I love seeing black women take spaces in entertainment. I'm not gonna lie to you, because y'all are the blueprint. I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of the ideas and most of the stuff that people pull from come from y'all, for real, for real. So, who are, in honor of Women's History Month,
Oh Lord.
who are 3 impactful women that have inspired or uplifted you in some type of way?
Ooh, Lord Jesus, you put me on the spot, honey. Because it's different spaces. There's the Debbie Allens of the world, who, she was a dancer, she was a teacher, she was a director, she was a producer, she's an executive producer. She paved ways, she has a school, and literally she's done everything and touched everything that I want to do.
Oh yeah, Debbie Allen. She's part of the reason why a lot of people wanted to go to HBCU.
Yes, she is. Yeah. I danced at a HBCU. I didn't attend one. I went to the University of North Carolina, Greensboro, but I danced at North Carolina A&T. Yeah. Okay. So, and I was, Aggie Proud. So I literally, and I was one of 2 people who danced on that team that didn't go to that school. Like, it was me and this other dancer. She's an amazing dancer, Saida. She went to Bennett College. She went to a black college though, but we were all in Greensboro, and so we were the only 2 people who ever danced at A&T, and they allowed it. So, but I just had to. I was just like, yeah, I can't be this close to that experience and not try. Yeah. So Debbie Allen. Oh man. Okay. I guess I gotta say my mama. Hey girl. Yeah, because my mom is very, very strong. Like, she, like I said, she was an entrepreneur. She owned several businesses growing up. My mom was crazy. You know what I'm saying? She was like one of the first women in politics in Nigeria.
Oh, wow.
And that's why they left the States. They moved back to Nigeria because she actually won an election. So in the state that we live in, she was one of the first female equivalent to a governor there. So yeah, so she's impactful in that way as well. That's hard. 3, because the rest of them is like, I would have to like, I guess.
Give us 5.
No, that's too big. Because if I say 5, I'm gonna have to say 10, because they all gonna be like, because the thing is, the people that inspire me also my peers and my colleagues. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily people who are like, the only 2 people that I feel like that are surpass where I'm going is the Debbie Allens and my mama. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else is my peers and my sisters, and I'm like, I got to name all of them. Like, it's a lot. So, I mean, I would go back and say Janet. Like, freaking love the essence of Janet Jackson. Like, she's right. She's just amazing. But yeah,
Aging with grace.
Lord Jesus. Jackson if you nasty.
Yeah, Janet inspired a lot of women coming up, because my mom used to have a magazine picture of her on her refrigerator.
Which one?
It was the one, I think she had a little crop top on. She had her abs out.
Top,
yeah.
With the denim jeans, yeah. No, not that one. Yes, that's the black and white one with her husband's hands, her ex-husband's hands on it. But you're talking about the white crop top with denim.
Yep, that's the one.
Yes, yes.
Yep. So, the next question for you is: out of all your partners, which one has been the most impactful?
Like my clients that I work with.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna name one. Like,
throw them out there.
No, I mean, I will say one of the projects that I've worked on, that I produced, that had the most impact would be, and it's not, I don't think it's huge, but they're big names, but it had impact and purpose. It was, and it's kind of ironic now, but it was with Young Thug and Gunna. Okay. We had a video called Paid the Fine, and we took 30 inmates out of Fulton County prisons, but that's where they are. So, yeah, it's very ironic that we took out and we paid their bail money. We took them out. We got them hotels, got them dressed, did makeovers and everything. It was amazing to be a part of it. We had to work with bail bondsmen. We had to work with the city of Atlanta. We had to work with, different people in high places to get them out. And we got to go through their stories and understand why we were taking them out. We got to contact their families to see if anyone can help them, because we couldn't sign off on the bail, because if they skip bail, we would be liable as far as production company. But we had to, make sure that they had someone that could take care of them or whatnot when they came out. So yeah, that one took so much planning, really not on production, but on the side of trying to figure out how we're going to get you out, how we're going to pay your bail money, who's going to pick you up, and then also the back end of making sure you got somewhere to go, you got some money in your pocket, you're cleaned up, you have clothes, because so that one I think is one of the ones that I always notate when it comes to impact, purpose, or something where I felt the most, because everything else is just, I'm not big on celebrities or anything like that. I mean, it's work, and I've been dancing, so I know the celebrities. There's no more oh my gosh, I'm working with this person. I don't have that.
Yeah, they people at the end of the day. Just
yeah,
like
very
us.
much so. They put on one foot at a time. Right. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, it doesn't really. Yeah, and brands. I mean, same thing. It's a corporate culture that. That's why I don't work a 9 to 5. so they're just
it's not for
another,
everybody.
Yeah,
and that's cool though, because I remember seeing that on Instagram. That video of Young Thug and Gunna. Yeah, and seeing them get
I can't stand this.
Yeah, I put it with the video. I'm like, wow, they're actually getting people out for real.
Yeah, we really did it.
Like how the rappers, can just put on scenes, or for me, I know for celebrities, you have so much money, so it's like you have to give back, you have to do
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
But when I saw the video, you know, I bet the fine, I be singing the song, and then like falling in the car,
Yeah.
singing it, and then the video
Yeah.
comes up on YouTube. I said, wow,
Yeah.
they are doing this for real families in real life.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah. Thank you. What happened?
Princess, we want to appreciate you. We want to thank you for coming out to the HBCU Creative Cohort. Is
Thanks
there
for
any
having
like
me.
words you can say with this? Is
Um,
there any words of wisdom you can say with us as we
Get on.
finish or complete our journey?
I mean, there's a quote that I always
And
say.
I'm sorry,
Go
I
ahead.
said or.
There's a quote that I always say that I came up with, and it's just never compete or compare. Always congratulate and do what God called you to do.
I like
Like,
that. I like that.
never compete or compare. Only congratulate and do what God has called you to do.
All right, y'all, that's the wrap for the HBCU Creative Cohort. I'm Tamaric.
Nathan Alexander.
D.A. Jamirs.
Jalen Foreman.
Jay Century.
Cheyenne Taylor.
And I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Princess Mbanuzue. You can follow me on all platforms, Princess Mbanuzue. Thanks for having me.
Now everybody go to our breakfast. Shayo. Shayo.